It's June 3rd, 2022, and welcome to another day of Movers and Mints. Today we'll be covering the top 5 movers in the Solana NFT space on Magic Eden in terms of volume traded, as well as 5 mints that are going to be happening over the weekend. We have some familiar faces at the top, but we also have a new one cracking the top 5. So let's find out who's top 5. Hey there and welcome to another day of Movers and Mints. I'm Goldie and this is meant to be a daily briefing on the top 5 projects that have done the most volume in terms of volume traded on the Magic Eden platform in the Solana NFT space. And I cover 5 mints that are going to be happening over the next day, or in this case over the weekend, because this is a daily show done Monday through Friday. So before we do get started, always want to advise that this is not financial advice. Basically, I have no idea what I'm talking about. This is for entertainment purposes only, and strictly just for you to get exposed to maybe some stuff you haven't seen before, but always do your own research before investing in any projects and never be willing to put up any money that you can't afford to lose. So let's jump into the top 5 right now. Like I mentioned in the opener, we're going to see some familiar faces today, and starting with number 5 is no different. Coming in at number 5 is Trippin Ape Tribe. Now, the floor price has gone up a little bit since we talked about them last. It's up to a 30 floor price, and they've done 4,097.71 in Solana volume in the past 24 hours. Now, that is down about 41% off the previous 24 hours, but the average price of a sale is at 38.3, so it's well above that floor price, which is typically a good sign. So that is number 5. They are staying strong, staying in that top 5. They've been in there since they've minted, and we're going to move on to number 4. Coming in the 4 spot is an OG Solana NFT project, one of the heaviest hitters out there, and that's going to be Solana Monkey Business. These guys have done over 1.1 million Solana in volume in their lifetime, and cracking the top 5 in the past 24 hours. There's a lot of activity. They've done 4,492 Solana in the past 24 hours. That's a 213% increase in that time. Average price has 166.3 price tag, which is above that floor price of 154. So this is a very strong project, been around for a long time, and there's a lot of activity. So if you are interested in checking this one out, the link, as all the other ones, will be in the description below, so you can go ahead and check that out. Let's move on to project number 3. In the 3 hole, we have a new gladiator in the arena, project that just minted a couple days ago, and this is Ghostface Generation 2. With a floor price of 3.77, you can see they've done a lot of volume. Overall, 13,183 Solana all time. In the past 24 hours, though, they've done 6,021, so about half that. So they've been around for a couple days here, and in that 24-hour period, that is a 68.5% increase in volume. Average price is above that floor price of 4.18 Solana, and the description on Magic Eden is very short and sweet. 5,000 ghosts return to Earth, still searching for meaning. So pretty ambiguous. And if you take a look at the art, you can see here it's just pretty clean, pretty straightforward. So if you are interested, the link's below. Let's move on to number 2. At number 2, just like number 1, you're going to see some familiar faces, so I'm not going to really dive into these here, but DeGods is here in the 2 spot, the gold standard basically for NFT Solana projects here. Floor price of 353, pretty wild. They've done 9,208 Solana volume in the past 24 hours. That is an increase of 125% from the previous 24 hours. Average price on one of these is up at 400 Solana. So this is a very interesting project. Great leader, a lot of utility to it, so you can take a look at that project. Let's move on to number 1. Don't think it's going to be a surprise, but let's check it out. And again, for the 3rd time in a row in my video here, OK Bears is coming in at that number 1 spot With a floor price of 151, these guys have made a ton of noise since they have entered into the world. In the past 24 hours, they've done 14,853 Solana in volume. Pretty outrageous, and that's even a 28% increase in that previous 24 hours. Average sales above that floor at 165. I mean, this project continues to impress and make a lot of waves in the Solana NFT space. And I just want to show you the art down here. You can take a look, and if you are interested, go ahead and dive into it. But these OK Bears are definitely making a lot of noise in the space right now. So there you have it for the top 5 Solana NFT projects in trading volume in the past 24 hours. Now we're going to switch gears and take a look at 5 upcoming mints that are going to happen over the weekend. Let's hop into them. We'll get the mint portion of the video kicked off with Kids Cartoon. Now this one is going to be minting June 5th for 1 Solana, and it's going to happen at 19 UTC. So you can see the art here, and let's go down to the lore. That's their about section. PFP at heart. At the core of our design, we went back to the basics and designed each NFT to be a proper PFP that every owner can be proud to display. Zach, our kid cartoon mascot, is a curious little one. Zach loves to watch TV and play make-believe with his friends all the time. Come join us and see what you get when you mint Kids Cartoon and take on his journey of make-believe. Link below if you want to check that out. Like I said, minting tomorrow for 1 Sol. So we'll move on to mint number 2. The second mint we'll talk about is Trippin Bunnies. Now, I couldn't find too much information about this one, a lot of ambiguity to it, but I did find, on their Twitter, they do have 4,365 followers at the time of this video, but in their Discord, they have 10,765 members, so it's a pretty sizable group there. They're going to be minting at a very low price of 0.09, and they are going to be minting tomorrow. So all their information can be found in their Discord and on their Twitter. So the links are below, but the description reads on their Twitter, 3,333 Trippin Bunnies warping through soul space. Get your space suits ready. All right, so go ahead and take a look at that if you're interested, and let's move on to the third mint over the weekend. The third one we're going to take a look at here are Solana Underdogs. Now, the Solana Underdogs are going to be minting tomorrow, June 5th. At 8 p.m. UTC. That is going to be a price of 0.33 Solana. And let's take a look. I'm on their website here. Let's take a look at the description here. Solana Underdogs is a collection of 2,222 underdogs working together to take over the Solana network. Our goal is to be the most stable, low entry, and cost-efficient passive income DAO. This will be achieved by investing the mint funds and secondary sales into other blue chip staking projects where the rewards from staking will be airdropped to Underdogs holders every week. 75% of the mint funds and secondary sale royalties will go straight back into the DAO. So if this sounds like something you're interested in, go ahead, check that description below, click the link, and do your own research on that one. That one's minting tomorrow as well. Now, let's move on to the fourth project minting this weekend. Planet Zloba is the fourth one, coming in hot here. The pre-sale takes place tomorrow, June 5th at 6 p.m. UTC, and then it goes public an hour later at 7 p.m. UTC. The supply is going to be 999 of them, and there are 840 whitelist spots. So if you are interested, you're going to have to act pretty quick once this does mint. The whitelist sale is 0.4 Solana, and public is 0.5. You can see the artwork here in the background. I'm on their website, and if you scroll down here to the about, introducing cubes. The word Zloba has a Slavic origin, which means anger, wrath, spite, etc. Planet Zloba is designed to be the ultimate virtual playhouse and home to all our cheeky Zloba NFT collections. Colorful and silly looking cubes, our first generation Zlobans, and the first collection of 999 unique 3D NFTs from the Planet Zloba project. So if this one interests you, again, link below, check it out, minting tomorrow. A pretty low entry level, so take a look if this sounds cool to you. Let's move on to a big one that's made a lot of hype here for the fifth one of the weekend. If you've been in the Solana NFT space, you haven't had any chance but to not ignore the great Goats project coming in hot. This one is going to be minting at a higher price at 2.75, but there's a lot of hype around this project. It is going to be launching on the Magic Eden Launchpad, and this one does launch tomorrow, June 5th as well. And we'll take a look at what they call the GOAT map here, and this is going to be pretty informative in terms of the narrative. Great Goats is taking a lifestyle branding approach in Web3, more so a label for the community. Social branding is key to making a community known. At Great Goats, our community has contributed to social media events, PFPs, threads, hashtags, and more. Never felt more goatish. Ever since Great Goats was created, we knew IRL advertising campaigns played a big part in pushing our agenda. With the help of our amazing community, Great Goats managed to become a worldwide name, being spread across multiple countries around the globe. So again, a lot of hype around this one, and there's a lot of excitement, and you can tell by that high mint price. You don't know what that means, right? But there is a lot of hype around this one. So if you want to take a look, the link is below, just like every other thing that we talked about here today. And we're gonna wrap it up for today's Movers and Mints. So thanks for watching. As always, I hope you do find this informative, and I want to be your resource for the biggest movers in the Solana NFT space and some upcoming mints that may or may not be promising. But as we know, this is a very fickle market and things change on a dime. So like I said, not financial advice, just want to get the information out there and bounce ideas off of me. Please comment, like, share this, or any feedback is greatly appreciated. So this is Goldie. Check it out on Friday. We'll see you Monday. Have a great weekend, and we'll see you soon.